Okay, so this is part one of my entire makes since I started sewing. It was just going to be a 2023 makes, but I haven't been sewing sort of properly much longer than that really, so I thought I might as well show you everything. So excuse the wobbly camera, I'm really not good at this. We have the blue velvet Estelle dress from Sew Over It. I think there's pictures on Instagram of that. We have the Anderson blouse from Sew Over It. And this is the Martha dress from Sew Over It. This is the one I was telling you about in my last vlog that is so gapey on the top. I go and put it on just as a dress like that, not with anything underneath. And yeah, it just gapes here. It just, this hangs forward, and I've tried putting it on and pinning it, and it just doesn't feel safe. Yeah, but I absolutely love it. It was my first burrito that I did, and it was a bit of a chore, but yeah, I was really quite pleased with the way that dress turned out. I think it was the first dress I really liked that I made. And then in the middle there, we've got the 3 Paper Theory Zadies. The blue one was definitely made in 2023, as was the leopard print one. And the one in the middle there, that's the fabric I didn't like when it was just a bunch of fabric. But once I made that Zadie in that fabric, wore it, absolutely loved it. And hence the other 2 Zadies. But the 2 Zadies, the leopard print and the black one, have a bit where the binding is coming away. I really can't be bothered to fix it. So we're going to just have to make some more Zadies, I think. I keep seeing them as I'm putting them on, but the bit that's coming away is tucked under the other wrap over part. So it's not so bad. I can still get away. I can still wear them. And they're such sort of dark colours and busy prints that you probably wouldn't spot it anyway. So that is part 1. Okay, part 2. We're now on to the tilly and the buttons. So what we have there is a Freya top, a Tabitha t-shirt, and a Freya top. So I bought this material to make the Tabitha t-shirt, liked it so much and decided to make the Freya top in it. And I actually love wearing that Freya top. Even though it has the sort of mock turtleneck, it's a 3/4 sleeve, which I quite like a shorter sleeve. If I have long sleeves on things, I do tend to push them up anyway. But I always get comments on it. People always say it's such a bonny top, and I think because it's not an actual sort of just summer t-shirt with the normal crew neck like the Tabitha, it's just that little bit different. But that is the material that I've just bought to make the hoodie the Stella hoodie that I'm about to make. And I'm sure it's just in a different colourway to what I showed you on my last vlog. The middle one, the cat t-shirt, I tried my first sort of rolled hem edge or lettuce hem on the sleeves of that one. It hasn't worked brilliantly, but I do wear my Tabithas and I do wear my Freya tops. I wear all of these. And these 3 were all a 2023 make, and actually yes, so was the Freya top in the leftover blue velvet from the Estelle dress. So they were all 2023 makes. I did make this one before I started vlogging, and this, I don't know if it was this or the Estelle dress, but one of them, when I went to try it on, I'd sewed the sleeve into the neck hole. So that was the one that I got in a bit of a pickle. I didn't even notice I'd done it until I went to try it on to see if I could get my head through the hole. Then we've got, to the right of there, we've got another Freya top in that material that came in January from, no it didn't. It came from First for Fabrics. I intended making a long line cardigan out of it, and completely changed my mind after I bought the pattern and brought it home. So that's another Freya top there and then underneath it you can see the same material again that I made the Southbank sweater dress, which is basically like a long line Freya, but it is this the Southbank sweater dress. And I did make a Southbank top, just a Southbank sweater top in that purple there, which is sort of chucked ceremoniously on the bed there. This is the one I made first, and this sweatshirting has, probably from Pound Fabrics, Rainbow Fabrics or something like that, absolutely no stretch in it whatsoever. So when I first went to try that on, I couldn't get the thing over my head. I do have a huge head, but I couldn't get it over my head. So yeah, that was a bit of a disaster, that one. I do wear it though. I wear it in the house. It's all creased to bits because, yeah, we don't bother ironing and stuff if we wear it in the house because we're lazy. So yeah, so I do like it. It is nice and warm with a turtleneck. It's nice in the house, and now I'm a cold bod and I'm freezing all the time. It is actually, I do wear it more than I thought I would, but it was just a bit of a disaster because then I seemed to get a massive stain on the front of oil or something, which I sort of ended up washing it and washing it and washing it to get rid of the stain, and it has shrank a little bit, but I made it so huge to get the thing over me head that it's, yeah, I do actually wear it. So I think all in all of those pieces there were all a success. Right, okay, so we're now on to about January, February, March, about March time I would say. This was the gorgeous material that came in my very first, I think, Beyond the Pink Door subscription box. Absolutely lovely. I think you can see the flecks of gold in this light. I think this light does this top justice. Again, never worn it. I probably still need to put, I think I put the hook and eye at the top of the zip, but yeah, it's a little bit nippy around the waist. And that is McColls M7803, which I actually have the pattern here, so I'll sort of just stick that to the side. So I do quite like that yellow dress version on the bottom, but I had such a chew on making that top. I altered the sleeves. I put elastic on the cuffs at the bottom of the sleeves. They were meant to be sort of fluted. Turn it over so you can see the line drawings there. Yeah, they're meant to have like a flute on the bottom, which I did originally, and I ended up taking it off. They were too long, too flappy. Yeah, you can see my displeasure with it when I'm talking about it. And it's got a great big long zip in the back, which I'm not happy about the way that sits. So, never worn. The next one here is, now I have to dig the pattern out for that and put it in. But that is a big 4 pattern. It's not a pattern, but that was another material that we got in the Beyond the Pink Door subscription box. Absolutely loved the material. Was determined to make something straight away with it. I think I rushed into it, and that top is huge, absolutely huge. I think if I went back up to my double G size chest, it would still be huge. But yeah, that is massive, and I've never worn it. I don't know. No, I haven't worn it. I haven't worn it. The V-neck's too big. The mistake I made with that one is I put the interfacing in the back in upside down, so it was sort of sticking out at the back, and then somebody suggested that's what I'd done, and I turned it round, and it did help a little bit to pull the front up a bit, but I just think I've just made it too big. This top here on Vera, my mannequin, is Simplicity K9107, and it's actually nicer on the back than it is on the front, but I had a tea towel with that sort of pattern on, and it sort of puts me off wearing it. But on the back I made C, I think. And you can see it's got like pin tucks in the back. So it is nicer from the back. And I think it looks lovely on the model on the picture there. It's, I didn't put the pocket on. I couldn't really see the point of having one pocket at one side and not at the other. But yeah, too light a material. But again, the material was really cheap and reasonable and stuff. So, you know, and you do these things, you get practice, you realise that you've picked the wrong material pretty soon on in a project. So that was definitely a case of the wrong material. So behind Vera, we have the Orono top from Itch to Stitch. I wear this a lot in the house. It's nice and cozy. Again, it has like a turn down neck, which you can actually put up and make quite high, so it comes up to the bottom of your chin. And because it's not really tight, it's quite pleasant to wear, and it is warm, and it does have pockets in the side, and it's a brilliant construction. I loved making that, and I would definitely make another one. I just bought that material from, I bought it from Beyond the Pink Door, and yeah, I saw other people get it in their subscription boxes before I started getting the subscription box. So when I saw it online, I knew exactly what I was getting. So yeah, I like that top, and I do actually wear it. Just on the bed in front of Tigger there, we have two of my Brasov tops, which are also by Itch to Stitch. So let's see if we can hang them up for you so you can get a better look. The first one, the pink one there, is the one I've just made just recently at the beginning of autumn this year, I think it was, that I made this. Haven't actually worn it out yet, I don't think, but yeah, I do love it. This material is a little bit softer, and because it's a bit softer and a bit more drapey, I think I do need to sort of tuck those edges out the way. But I think I've tried it on to go out in it before, and I've managed to pin them with a bit of a safety pin, and they've been fine. But that was the original one I made in that lovely sparkly Lurexy material, which I got from my local boys store. It was so reasonable. Yeah, so that was a massive success, and I have worn that loads, absolutely loads. So I'm, you know, there's a story here. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Again, I'll try and put the line drawings in if I can find line drawings for those tops. I might struggle to find the pattern for that white one, the huge thing, the tent, but we'll see. Okay, apologies for all the creases in this one. So what we have there is, on the beige one, we have the Wardrobe by Me Boxy shirt that was made just before I started vlogging in about February 2023 as well. I did that one to practice. It was a very cheap material. I think I bought it to make some canvas beigey pants. Like, it's sort of a linen type material, so it creases like Billy O, and it's been hanging in the wardrobe for 8 months because I've never worn it again. I do actually like it on. I do like putting it, you know, I like it when it's on. I haven't actually worn it out anyway, I don't think. But then when I finished it, I discovered there's a hole, a tiny little hole in the back. I think I explained that in my very first vlog that I did. It's only tiny, but if somebody was standing behind us, they would see it. So I would probably have to put a Cardi on over it anyway. It's a boxy shirt, and I'll pop the line drawing in because that shows it is more boxy. I think I added some length to it. And I did put the pocket on, and I don't think I'd bother with the pocket the next time because, yeah, pocket boobs and all of that. And I don't like breast pockets for the sake of just having a pocket on a blouse. Yeah. So next to it, to go against what I've just said about pockets, that's another reason I don't like pockets. This is definite pocket boob territory, this one. This is the Mimi G pattern. I'll do a split screen and show you how it's meant to look. This was my first attempt at buttons, with my buttonhole maker on my machine, and the first attempt at making like a mandarin style collar. You notice I don't have the buttons on the top of the collars of either of those, because I never fasten the top button of a blouse, ever. I think it's a throwback to wearing school uniforms and having to be strangled by a button in a tie. So I never ever have top buttons of blouses fastened around the neck. And this one I do actually wear. I love that material. I saw Alison from Sew Like Dottie, she bought it in black and white, and I think she later got the blue and made a dress out of hers. She bought the black and white, and I spotted the blue and thought, oh, got to have that. So, and this is the Atelier Jupe Frida blouse, and I picked that blouse after watching many a night spent watching Andrea do a sew along. I couldn't sleep. I was having really bad night's sleep, and watching Andrea in the middle of the night with a lovely lilting Irish accent was just a pleasure. And yeah, and it really convinced me I needed to make that blouse. But again, no button on the top collar, but I do wear it, and I really like wearing it. And that material was, I think, from Pound Fabrics, and incredibly cheap. £2.50 a metre, possibly. And then next to that we have the Tessuti patterns now. Oh, Tessuti patterns. 1 second. I'll try and keep you focused on the top while I bend down and pick the pattern up. No, that's not going to work. I'll pop it in. But it's Tessuti patterns anyway, and it's the Athena top. It's the Athena top. And I have worn it in the summer, just sort of over jeans and things. I really, really like it, except the arms are a little bit nippy, and because it's double gauze that's made out of, there's not a lot of give in them, and I always feel like they're pulling the neckline when I wear it, but I do like it. Obviously it's blue, so I love the colour, and I do wear it. So we've got 2 successes. I do wear my Mimi G shirt, I do wear that, and it's a swine to iron, that one, absolute swine. And I don't know if you can make out the tiny little pineapples on it, but they were a bit of a monkey to sew as well, because wherever you had, say, the corner of a pocket, you had to be careful you weren't cutting out a pineapple where you were going to have a seam, because my machine just did not like going over double pineapple in the seams. So there you go. That's part 4, I think, of my makes. We're coming to the end, don't worry, not much longer. Okay, so what we have here is the Elodie dress. Tried to get that finished for my holiday in September, and yeah, massive fail. Didn't get it finished, and by the time I put holiday weight on, it didn't really fit me. It's a bit too small, to be honest. I wouldn't feel, I could wear it, I could get away with it on holiday, but I wouldn't feel comfortable in it, and the material is so thin. There's no way I would wear it in this country. It's too thin. I would freeze even in summer, I'm sure I would. The monstrosity in the middle, of course, is me great Auntie Gertie's blouse. That is the NYX top and dress by, oh, have to put it in. I'm looking at the floor, probably waffing the stick round while I'm doing it. Yeah, I haven't even put the buttons on it. It's creased to bits because it's been rolled up in a bag in the naughty corner of my fabric stash to possibly do something with at some later date. I love the material. That's the other way around from the first Zadie that I showed, where I hated the material till it was made up. But I loved that pink material. I thought it was so bonny, so I couldn't wait to make something in it. And I put it on, and yeah, I really just do look like somebody's great aunt at a tea sale or something. It's just awful. And then the dress next to that is my Millicent dress. Now Millicent is, I'll have to put that in as well. The Millicent dress, it's the sleeves. I love on the sleeves. They have this big lantern sleeve on them, and the material is the right sort of stiffness for those sleeves, but unfortunately it's just not for the dress. I think it's a touch of the Martha dress by Sew Over It. The material is just so stiff that it rushes out at the neckline. It sticks out, and if you pin it, it sticks out further down, and yeah, I cannot get the fit right on it. But I will persevere with it because I love that material. It is so bonny, and I just love the sleeves. I would put those sleeves on another dress in the future if I could figure out how to do all this hacking business. So from a possible success, and probably will wear it at some point, to this awful thing. I've still even got the red chalk marks on. I don't know if you'll be able to see them where I chalk the lines. But I really did this to practice. I fancied having a go at shearing. Alison from Sew Like Dotty again. It's all her fault. She had this material, and I immediately went on and bought it. And I was imagining making like a big sort of boyfriend type shirt, you know, a great big shirt to wear around the house. And just, I love the material. But then I saw her do a bit of shearing in that material herself on a similar dress. I don't think it was the same one. This is from the British Sewing Bee, the Great British Sewing Bee book. And it's the sheared dress, strange enough. And yeah, and I thought, oh, I'll make that, and that'll give me the practice at shearing. And yeah, once you get set up, I quite enjoyed the shearing. I quite enjoy doing that, and I enjoy the look that it gives and everything. But yeah, I just looked like a big milkmaid in that awful dress. And then this is, I will have to find the pattern again for this one. This is a new look top, I think. I got a load of lovely comments on it. It's the first tiny little top I made which I actually wore, and the first time I wore it I got a really nice compliment off somebody, so it really boosted my confidence. And I did get a lot of nice comments from you guys when I wore it to make one of my vlogs. And I actually went back and sort of refinished the insides. When I bought my overlocker late last summer, I went in, and because I'd pinking sheared them all, and they were starting to fray terribly. This material again was from Boys at Bladen, and it was really cheap. So I didn't think it was going to last 2 or 3 washes, but it has done remarkably well. And now I've overlocked all the edges inside, so it's probably going to last a little bit longer. So final chapter to come. Okay, final part, folks. If you're still sticking with me, well done. You do deserve a gin and tonic or something for putting up with this. This has been quite an eye-opener for me to realise how much I've made and how little I weigh out of what I made. So I think I really need to think about what I'm making in the future, and am I actually going to wear stuff. This gorgeous material at the front here, which I still love now, is the very first garment I ever made about, well, it would have been 4 years ago, because I ordered it during lockdown. I ordered it from First for Fabrics, and I used to spend my days looking at the internet pictures of First for Fabrics thinking, oh, I want to go there, but of course we were in lockdown and we couldn't. And so I ordered it from First for Fabrics, like I say, online, and I had a pattern I think that my sister had given me, and that pattern was McColls M6073. I may have bought that the year before, you know, I may have bought that, but this was definitely pre-2023 makes. This was definitely my first ever foray into constructing something, and I haven't even finished it. You'll notice that there's safety pins there. I think there's meant to be buttons, I can't really remember now. But yeah, it went horribly wrong. It was the wrong sort of material. I didn't know what I was buying. It's too crispy. It's another material that would look good with those Millicent wrap dress sleeves with the lantern sleeves on. But it is massive because I was a lot bigger when I made it, and possibly I could sort of take it to bits. But look at this, look at this. I even put those, sort of stitch those down in an attempt to sort of do some sort of, I don't know what I was thinking. I was doing pin tucks or darts or something like that to try and flatten the skirt, because it sticks right out. It's such a stiff cotton. It's a gorgeous material. I think as like a pair of trousers with like a bonny blue top or a lovely big crisp white shirt would, you know, 3/4 length trousers or something, it would be lovely. Or even like a sort of a stiffer skirt, like a straight, more pencily skirt would look nice, but not for like a floaty. I really needed more of a viscose to make that pattern, I think. I don't think I even looked at what fabrics you were supposed to use. So yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. Then next to that is my latest 2 makes. So these are definitely 2024, and that's my Asta dress and my Asta dress. Yeah, 2 Asta dresses I've made from the first one is from stretch velvet that I made after Alison bought some to make a sew over it dress, and no, it wasn't, it was the one with the knot. I'll never remember the name of that dress, but I saw Alison with that material. So Alison again, she got a lot to answer for, that woman. So yeah, I saw her buy this material, had to have it, love the colour, and I'm very happy with that dress. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully wear it later this month. I'm going out into town and I am going to wear it. And then my other Asta dress with the boat neckline, I am going to revisit that boat neckline. It is too wide, it shows my bra straps, but I will wear that dress, and that's more of a go out during the day dress, I think, but it is really comfortable and I definitely will wear it. So I've got one utter disaster that's just been scrumpled up in the naughty corner for about 4 years, and then I've got my 2 definite wears. This little comedy effort, I'm even looking, I haven't even put her on Vera right, look at the state of that. This is the Bertha cardigan by Atelier and the Buttons. It's the one and only Cardi type jacket thing I have made, and I was so chuffed with it, but the sleeves are on upside down and I didn't even notice till I was showing a friend that I'd made it, and then it was just when I held the sleeve up like that and I noticed, and yeah, she noticed as well. And then yeah, so the rainbows, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if it had been a plain material, but it wasn't a plain material. But not only that, the sleeve on that side is the same way, the cuff I should say is the same way as the sleeve, and on that side it's the other way. So yeah, I haven't worn that because I just feel people will notice. But I do like it, so I'd probably pop it on in the house. I don't think I have, to be fair. I don't think I've ever worn it in the house even. But I would definitely make that one again. It was a really easy make, came together really well, but that's Tilly and the Buttons. They're just fabulous patterns. The instructions are impeccable. And if you're a beginner starting sewing, yeah, 100% recommend them all the time. The dishcloth hanging there is my Sewilla yoga pant, and I do like wearing that in the summer. It's too chilly to wear in the winter, and I think I can pop a video in of me wearing it and modelling it for you. I'll see if I can dig it out of my phone. It's in there somewhere. So that is it from my very first make on my sewing journey years and years ago to my last 2 makes, my 2 Asta dresses there, and another disaster, and something I actually do wear that wasn't a disaster, and that was a really easy pattern as well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Well done for sticking this long, and I'm sorry about the wobbly camera angle. Feeling a little bit shaky today, but I'm not very good at this camera stuff. I really do need a proper old-fashioned heavy video camera, or at least a tripod that doesn't move of its own accord, so I do apologise for that. But I'll catch you soon. Take care everybody, bye. Hello. This is why I wasn't showing you me on the video. This is why, yeah, I just showed the clothes in all their unironed glory, rather than me in my unironed glory. The only things I didn't show, I think I haven't been able to find or get a good picture of the Tilly and the Button stuff because it's all in a book. And, you know, really, you've been under a rock if you haven't seen Atelier in the Buttons Tabitha t-shirt line drawing. So it's just a t-shirt line drawing. But the other things I didn't show that I made were the Atelier in the Buttons Safiya pants and the Safiya Playsuit. But they're all packed up with my summer gear. So that was another couple of stuff that I just realised as I switched the video off there. I thought, I've made those as well and I haven't shown them. And they are two things that I do wear. So that was probably quite important for my self-esteem to have shown some more garments that I did wear. But yeah, they're stuffed in a chest under the bed somewhere. And just too much of an effort to dig them out. But I think I'll pop a couple of videos in as well and really sicken you. Anyway, hopefully back later this week with some Friday sews and to tell you how the sewing social went. Take care. Happy sewing if you're sewing, kids, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.